Inside the Circle, Season 11, Episode 6.2. See? That's where it comes in handy, Sean.
I guess, man. We are at Selection Sunday Breakdown. In this episode, we're going to start at Division 3. Work our way up to 2 here. They changed up this year. It used to be at Madison Plains for the longest time. We only had 1 in this division. We changed that up a little bit. We are now at Ridgedale, and we're also at Heath. But we're going to start in Ridgedale because it is the biggest. It has 15 schools. We have Amanda Clear Creek. We have Cardington.
Yes.
We have Centerburg, Delaware Christian, Fairbanks, Fredericktown, Grandview, Madison Plains, Mechanicsburg. Where's Mechanicsburg coming? These guys just came in.
They're coming.
Yeah,
they're coming.
These guys popped in the middle of the night. We got Mount Gilead. We got Northmore, our fighting cars up there. We have
North Union.
Your boys from Pleasant. I know you've been on this Pleasant. I still don't know why you didn't show their match against Mineral Lake Catholic back in the day. Homeschool Ridgedale and West Jefferson.
There it is. Yes, Sean. That's the Ridgedale sectional. And if I had to choose, let me go this route. If you had to choose a top 3, who would you pick?
Well, in our top 3 is the way we see it. I think the new face in this one's probably the favorite of this sectional.
Yep.
I think Mechanicsburg is going to come in, probably take a lot of spots, and they have enough up top points.
Yeah, I think so.
I think they might be able to outdistance your boys, your Pioneers.
That's what I'm about to know. They are the Spartans.
Spartans.
Pleasant, that's okay.
Pleasant.
Hey, if there's one thing I know, it's mascots and probably some school colors. So I'm not faulting you for that. But I would say Mechanicsburg does have some chiefs. They're the Indians. They have some studs. But it's possible, along with Dax Chase, along with their upper weight 215, the rest of those guys will follow in.
It's going to be close.
Possible.
It's going to be close because
that's my point.
I don't think Mechanicsburg has a full team.
They might be missing a couple.
I see them up at the Marysville Duels up there, and they can look kind of spotty up there. So this could get tight. So it could get tight. But again,
a couple other teams that we always mention, you're always going to mention when you mention D3 in Columbus, West Jeff and Northmore.
I think they'll fight out the 3rd, 4th spot there. I would imagine they'll be in there with
Prove us wrong, baby.
Northmore's got a pretty good freshman to go along with the rest of those guys.
Yes, they got a real tough lower lineup. So I'm just saying, they got some hammers.
Give me a name.
Yeah, Carr and Bowen. Or Becker.
I feel like they've had a Becker for 20 years.
They have. State champions. He's down at Duke now.
Yeah, they're all over. Oh, great for him.
Yes.
So that's how we see Ridgedale again.
Yes.
I think when you look at both these sectionals, me and Mark talked about it, I think where schools were located because both these sites are kind of up north there. I mean, Heath and Ridgedale.
Well, Heath out east, Ridgedale's up north. North of Marion, bro. That's my point. Ridgedale's north of Marion.
Hold on. The question is, are they north of Mount Vernon?
That is a good question.
That is the $1 million
Whoa.
question. But Heath is still kind of north, right?
Yeah. No, it's east. It's east.
We're calling it straight east.
It might be north of 270. It might be north of 70.
Okay.
So yeah, it is.
So we're going to have Mechanicsburg nosing out the Spartans Pleasant for the top spot with the Rough Riders of West Jeff and Northmore fighting it out for the 3rd and 4th spot.
Yes.
From there, we're going to move on to Heath. Mark, tell me about
Yes, no problem. Columbus Academy is there. A little known school in Cristo Rey. Yes, bringing up, and it's a little startup school from about maybe 3 or 4 years ago, 5 years ago, bringing in some teams. Bishop Reedy just got done competing at the CCL duels. You have Marion Elgin. You have Heath, obviously, the home school there. Huntington. Sean, do you know where Huntington High School is? They get grafted in.
West Virginia.
It's just on the other side of just on the other side of the border. It's actually southwest of Chillicothe by me.
Hey, that's like West Virginia.
Yeah, basically,
there?
15 or 20 minutes there. So, but Liberty Union, Newark Catholic, Northridge, Johnstown Northridge is there. Paint Valley, Southeastern, which is going to be down, I think, pretty sure down by East Athens, across the way there, maybe by Chillicothe as well. Utica, Westfall, and lastly, Zane Trace.
You know where Zane Trace is?
Do you?
Yeah, do you?
No.
Chillicothe as well.
Yes, there you go. A lot of schools. Wonder where they're Division 2. Okay, no, they're Division 3. They must go to a different section.
Dude,
Okay,
trying to figure that out with the OSHA, like I still don't know why, like Chillicothe and Tri-Valley, when they were Division 1, they would come to Central District, but when they were not Division 1, they got sent to not the Central District.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Yes, I don't know the answer
understand
to that.
But is that the way we see it? Again, this only has 14. Ridgedale has 15.
Yes.
We see Westfall coming in as a slight favorite there, right?
Slight, yes.
They have good numbers. They've had good success this year, and they have enough hammers.
bad, not
They
bad.
take clear here. Number 2, there, we're going with Northridge. Tell me about some of these Northridge guys.
Oh, you got the 2 lead horses there, Parman and Pfister. Pfister's at 38, Parman's at 120, I do believe, maybe 126, but those guys are hammers, and I know they have some other Vikings coming along the way.
Okay.
Northridge, the Vikings.
Right. And then number 3, we're going to have Bishop Reedy, the Silver
Yes.
Knights. We love what's going on out there.
Yep.
They got some good guys there as well.
Yeah, they do, and they also have, at this point in the season, they might be missing 1 or 2 guys, but I'm telling you, they got a full squad, and Coach Isla does a great job with those kids, and Tyree at 52, maybe 60s, he was a state qualifier last year. He's a stud, and he's leading the charge there for the Silver Knights.
Awesome. You know, one thing we talked about at the beginning of the season, or maybe, I don't know, a month ago, when you get this age, you get friends together, is I don't think there's any weight at either one of these sectionals where maybe
Jumps
a district qualifier maybe going to get left at home. They seem to balance them out well. I do think Ridgedale, and I think everyone in Division 3 will tell you that Ridgedale is probably the little bit tougher of the 2 sides.
Certainly.
And having
Especially
an
that extra team.
extra team there really pushes over, because when you talk about perennial powers of Northmore, Pleasant, Mechanicsburg, I mean, they really have been the powers of Division 3 over the last couple of years that I'm kind of surprised they all ended up at one sectional. But again, they're looking at cross bracket when you get the district and stuff, so that will be entertaining to watch for Division 3. Now we're going to move on to Division 2. We're going to start over here at Old Man's Bend. Mark's going to talk about Licking Valley.
Yes.
It has the most of the 2. We have 11 in one and 10 in the other. We do have 11 at Licking Valley. So talk to us a little about Licking Valley.
Before I get started on the team, Sean, I will say that I am saddened that I will not be able to go out to Friday nights. First night of the sectional tournament, because the last 3 years I think I've gone out there, taken some pictures, talked to some people out there. I was offered a pizza, but I chose not to have a piece of pizza. But
I think I ate that pizza for you.
Well, Delaware Hayes will do that.
But I'm telling you, hold on to that thought. We might be back here in the
a couple of years. Okay, well, hey, could circle back. Well, that Licking Valley sectional, obviously Licking Valley is there, but DeSales is there. Yes. Marengo, Sparta Highland in the house, Lakewood, Marion Franklin there. They had a disqualifier there for them last year. River Valley comes down. Linden McKinley, Centennial, Johnstown, Johnny's.
Hey, I'm going to give you a tip.
Okay.
Johnstown.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, right. Columbus South, and Columbus East. My dad was a Columbus South Bulldog. Bulldog Rumble, baby. Bulldog Rumble. So there you go. Those teams. Sean, let's talk about the top teams. We mentioned all those teams there. I think DeSales is a clear favorite, personally, for the sectional tournament.
Yeah, is the sun going to come up tomorrow?
Yes, it will.
Okay, thank you for that.
They have 7 absolute stallions to wreck shop, starting at 38 with McClellan, returning state champ, going all the way up to Max Shulaw at 215 pounds. So those guys, interestingly enough, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, we called this at the beginning of the season.
What, that, I can't do that on the show.
Nope. Highland is possibly your second place finisher there.
I think they're the big winner. Of these
Highland?
sites, I think they're the winner. If I looked at any team in Division 2 in Columbus, who the winner is, I think it's Highland. This is probably the easier sectional to get more kids to the district tournament. Gilmore's always trying to just keep that team going. Let's get more experience going. I mean, we have to be district qualifiers before we can be state qualifiers. I don't know if you guys know that works out that way, but he sees that big picture. We will get the most of the kids' experience this year up there. Plus, my guys who are good, we can get out of Norwalk.
Boom.
I think they finished a solid second. They got Winslow up there. They got Little Gilmore to lead the pack there. I mean, this is a perfect spot, I think, for them. And I think when he saw this, it was like, I can get almost my whole team out, and we can get experience and success going up north there.
And that's the important thing I did not mention. Licking Valley sectional heads to Norwalk District. You say, well, what's that matter? Well, Sean, interestingly enough, the Jonathan Alder sectional, which is the other D2 sectional, does not go to Norwalk.
Really?
Yes. They go down to Wilmington. Write that down. Down to Wilmington. So that's just a wrinkle when you're selecting.
Oh, that's a big wrinkle.
I mean, yeah. So we'll call it a wave. So there you go. That's what's
well, again,
going on.
we talked about it. Is your goal to get more people to the district tournament and try to sneak somebody out? Or are we going all in and selling out? Because I think that's what happened a little bit to Jonathan Alder before we get ahead.
Yes.
But we do have Licking Valley, the home team there, getting a solid third. They got some guys
Curry,
there.
Boyd. Yes. And there's others, I'm sure, but those are just 2 off the top of my head.
Keep an eye on Jackson from Marion Franklin.
Nasir Jackson,
120.
district qualifier last year.
I
And he's
saw-
back at 120.
I saw him at Jonathan Otter, and I was really impressed
Okay.
with him. So keep an eye on Jackson. Just a
Shoot.
little tidbit there for you to write down on there. But again, we have 11 teams heading to Norwalk.
That's right.
From there, we're going on to Jonathan Otter, a little bit closer to where I'm at there. We
Yeah.
have Jonathan Otter as the number 2 seed coming in there. We have Watterson, the 3 seed. Granville, the 4 seed. Hartley, the 6 seed. What's going on here, man? What are we doing here? Is this the Newark tournament from like Newark section from like 3 or 4 years
Yes,
ago?
yes,
Remember?
yes.
Like,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
what happened here, man? There's nobody here. Nobody showed up. Then we're going to go to Buckeye Valley at number 10. Number 11,
Yes.
we're going Bexley. I think they're a little bit higher than number 11. I think that's a low number for
Okay,
them. I think they're better than that. Number 12, we're going with Whitehall. Recently down from Division 1 for a couple years.
Yep.
Now back in Division 2. Here we go. London, number 13. Bloom Carroll's the 14. And rounding it out is the 15th seed of Hamilton Township there. This is where I think we might get into some weights. We haven't talked about it at Licking Valley. Like, I think everyone who should be a district qualifier would get out.
Yeah.
Jonathan Otter, we kind of all rushed there. You see, we got 4 of the top 6 teams all getting pushed there together.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, hey, we want to sell out on maybe not missing out the district tournament of getting to the state tournament. One thing that jumps out at me is 144. We have returning state champion Younger, but then you're going to have Trubisky and the kid
Close,
from
Trubovich.
Trubovich
Yeah.
and the kid from Buckeye Valley.
Zanotti.
So there's only one spot left for the rest of these guys. One weight that I think is clearly going to be a weight where a kid could be a state qualifier but not get out of sectionals is 190. And you're going to sit there and say, did he say 190?
He did.
I don't think the weight is deep, but they're all taking turns beating each other. So it's who's going to be on that day. And when they get down to Wilmington, that's not really deep either. So it's one of those weights where you're really going to have 16 kids that all can beat each other.
Yes.
But we have maybe 5 of them at our own sectional there at Jonathan Otter, seeing
So
that
who's that 5th kid?
who's the 5th kid. And I'm telling you, and this has happened maybe 5-6 times in the state's history where a kid did not get out of sectionals and become a state qualifier. I'll read that
Yes.
again for people who just kind of have paid attention but not really paid attention. A kid did not get out of sectionals but became a state qualifier. Do you know who the first person to do that was?
The answer for that is no, I don't.
Do you know what division?
1.
Yes.
Yes.
What school?
St. Ed's.
Mentor, which was close to
Mentor.
St. Ed's. Matt Leonard, he actually got 5th in sectionals his freshman year. Then the guy who won his sectional got hurt, didn't compete. Matt Leonard ended up being a district finalist and a state semifinalist.
Boom!
It happens. It happened a couple. It happens probably, maybe 5 times. I think it counted. So it's possible, and this
Yes.
truly could be one because 190 is not really deep, but they're all just kind of taking
Right
turns
there.
beating each other. So
that guy who gets 5th at the sectional, you're saying go to practice. Make sure you got everything's squared away. If you're fighting with your weight, make sure you're cutting properly. That's
it's
what
not
you're saying.
over till it's over, Mark.
That's right. I love that.
So in that weight, again, 144 is going to be one to watch out for, and 190 is going to be a great match as well. Who do we have winning this, Mark? I think the home team is. We talked about this. I've said it before. I think they're a better dual meet team. I was so disappointed in the seeding they got at the regional tournament. I don't think they should have been the 4. I think they should have been the 2 or 3. I mean, I did call Bendelli Butler. I'm just saying. I did say watch Bendelli Butler. But we have Jonathan Otter leading the way there. Give me some of the pioneers from Jonathan Otter.
Oh, we mentioned Trubovich, Byerly, and we also have Pierce. Pierce is in there
as well.
too. Yeah.
Then you got the brothers there, the Krungbergby brothers. I'm terrible.
Good try.
I'm terrible with
It's
them.
something like that.
Yes, I'm
Yes.
terrible with those names. I think
I'm just sitting over here trying to figure out how Licking Valley is going to win that sectional.
You probably are. I mean, now look at this guy. He's trying to give Licking Valley your title, and they're not even there. What's he doing,
I owe you a
Watson?
shirt. That's all I know.
What's this guy doing, Watson? God. So anyways, we're going to have them win it. We're going to have Watterson in a close match.
Yeah,
This could be
yeah.
close. We're going to have them getting a second. We have obviously
That's
returning
amazing
state
horses.
champion Younger.
Younger,
Then they have
Curry.
that great freshman group coming in as
Christie.
well. Then you add in Christie. You add in Conyers at
Yeah.
the Conyers
Yes,
in there 13
Lindsay.
again. This could get tight, but I'm going with the little hometown there. I think they have just more overall depth because when you get in these condensed small tournaments,
yeah, exactly.
you need that guy getting 6.
Yes.
You need the guy getting. You need all those points you can get.
That's
so
right.
we'll have them coming in at number 2.
Who's
Number
3?
3, we're going with Hartley here. We know they got the big guns. They're probably going to have 3 champions there with King, Rathburn, and Newsom. But Petrellas and that staff really do a great job. I think they'll have enough kids
Yes.
around there to maybe give them some points. They might even push a little bit higher than that. But right now, we're going to put the Hawks at number 3.
There's another Zhang coming through. There's one. I think there's a Jackson.
I think he's a 190. I think
Yeah,
he's Jackson.
exactly.
Yeah. So again,
So there's some
215
tough
guy
kids,
for them's
yeah.
on the bubble there. 190 again.
Yeah.
It could go either way. So it will be an entertaining day of wrestling.
Surely you will be there.
So that's what we got. Again, that's the wrap up for Division 2, Division 3. If you're in that area, maybe go out and check out some wrestling. Don't have to sit there the whole day. Go out there, watch a couple rounds, support wrestling. As Mark will tell you, buy a hot dog from the concession stand, support the boosters, and enjoy wrestling for that weekend as we lead up to the district tournament.
100%. And reminder, just so you know I said it earlier, Licking Valley will head to Norwalk for the district tournament. Jonathan Alder will head south to Wilmington. Just so you weren't thinking, well, I'll just wait till the districts for those guys to come together. They don't.
You know what match I could wish I could watch again at Alder? 106, Garcia and Christie go at it again.
Ooh,
they wrestled there maybe a month ago at the same location in the semifinals of the Ron Thomas Senior Invitational.
Yes.
It was this close,
Yes.
man. Did he get that guy? Where we
We're
at,
about to
man?
find
We are
out,
going to
boys.
find out. Maybe our boy Gore will be there and give us some final footage.
That would be great.
I'm gonna call him right now. I'm on.
Well, don't call him now. Wait till we're done with this.
Okay,
Are we done with this?
we're done.
And now you are inside the circle.